take the time out to say a special good morning to one and all. Welcome to the point. Today being Wednesday is the 13th day of August 2025. We have just wrapped up Carnival 2025 in Grenada. I certainly hope everyone is well this morning. Everybody is doing a-okay, and we're ready for whatever challenges come ahead of us, for the rest of the week and so forth. And we just hoping that everything goes okay for you for the rest of the day today. Let me say good morning to those of you out there in the diaspora, especially the Grenadians out there who may have missed the Spice Isle for some reason. For the Spice Isle, I've missed Carnival 2025, and you're saying to yourself, "Hey, I'm going to be here next year, whatever it may be that I have to be here. You will be here 2025." Good morning to you. Let me say good morning to those of you who are, of course, for some reason you may have calling sick this morning. Yeah, boss, I can't come to work, but you're home, and I understand. The boss may understand also why you're not coming in today. Anyway, good morning to those of you driving along our nation's roads. Good morning to you again. Whatever your plans are for today, I certainly hope it rolls out good. Welcome to The Point. I'm your host, GT, this morning. We're going to have an open line edition this morning on today's program. And which means you listeners and viewers, you have the option calling. Let me hear from you, your views, your concerns. You have double the options of calling in. You can call in via the WhatsApp or the direct line 435-2041. That's 435-2041. That's a number. If you may have never called in via the WhatsApp before, just simply add it to your WhatsApp contact and just give me a call via the WhatsApp, and you'll be able to go live here on the phone via the telephone line this morning. All right. So once again, those options are for you. Carnival 2025, we wrapped it up yesterday. Yesterday was the official end of Carnival. Was it midnight last night, I should say. It was the official end of Carnival 2025. We had a preliminary security update from the Royal Grenada Police Force, and they're saying they had no major crimes or incidents reported to the police. And we certainly happy to hear that. I remember on Friday when I was wrapping up, I did mention, that I would wish 2025 could have rolled out to be a year where there were no major incidents happening at all during the carnival season, and we're certainly hearing that from the police. We certainly will get a more detailed I would say assessment. Probably today or so, the police will distribute that. And besides they were saying from the police also, they were saying from what they have received, maybe they had a few fights, some minor injuries may have occurred, and so they also recovered some firearms. Can you imagine that, right? They recovered. Why would an individual think about having the option of carrying firearms? They come out to have a good time. It's Carnival, folks. They recovered a few firearms and so forth. But the police are saying there were no major, crimes or incidents to report, and or reported to them also for them to report. So there was no major, but we get that final assessment. We should be getting that synopsis report also from the Spice Mills Corporation. Every year we're gonna do a synopsis of Carnival. We're gonna do that, but sometimes we never really hear about it for some reason or the other. We never hear what. We hope that 2025 will be a year of a difference for that, where we will hear from the Spice Mills Corporation, things that they would like to, what they saw to 2025, and they would say, hey, we want to fix that this year. We want to fix that for the next year to come and the years to come. There's always a little hiccups that you need to tighten up on. From all reports that we're hearing, it was Carnival 2025 was a success, yes, and we're certainly happy to hear that. And so let's hear from you this morning. Anything you'd like to bring to the fore? I'm all ears this morning. We'd like to hear from you. So the lines are open. Let's go to the phone line and speak to our first caller. It's via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, good morning. Welcome. How are you this morning?
Good, GT. Good morning to your listeners and your viewers. GT, I hope you didn't jump too much. Yeah?
Well, I didn't at all. So I wouldn't say too much, but I didn't at all. I didn't did that this year. I chilled most of the time. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. But you remember on Friday, I did request that after that you organize a session on your program where we can discuss some of the negative things that have affected Carnival over the years.
Yeah.
And I mentioned in particular
I'm really interested in, not cutting in on you, but I'm really interested in doing that this time around. Hopefully I could get some of the major stakeholders in Carnival to pop by the program, sometime in the upcoming week ahead, and see what we could have that discussion in terms of what really took place and the negatives and the positives also, and see how we could bring Spice Mass back to a level of, it will be one of the major, happenings in around the Caribbean. I'm hopeful for that.
Yeah, but I want us to take it deeper than that because, for a long time now, I have seen some gaps, I've seen some deficiencies in how we do this thing called Spice Mass and, the overall cultural landscape in Grenada. And I think, for one, we have to recognize that there are a number of factors that have impeded the proper development of Carnival in Grenada. And one, I'll just list the three of them again that people can think about it. One, I think the most devastating one is the intrusion of business. In saying the capturing of business, because when Carnival comes, everybody like predators want to just make a money. And the real purpose of Carnival have lost. So the invasion of business. Then we have the satanization of Carnival by the religious extremists among us. And of course, and this one, it started with this one where the political party, and I'm referring particularly to the NNP party, beginning with, under the leadership during Carnival, the former George Maguire was Minister of Culture. When these people decide to use Carnival as a means to make money for their party, one, and then also to control who will be part of it. I was on the CDC, the Carnival Development Committee, representing Calypso in 1986-87. At that time, Mr. Hugh Dolan was the chairperson of that committee. And he was not allowed, or he couldn't continue because of the interference of that group at the time. They asked for the downstairs, if you know the old pavilion, that's where you made the money. And that year, the CDC couldn't benefit from that. Beginning with that, I think we need to have a proper examination of the Carnival. And also, not only that, later on, I have an organization I've been asking for an environmental and social impact assessment of Carnival. Because if we do this thing right, and not having like massive street parties as it's come to be, we could really do a lot of good for our people and for the future generation. And of course, the people, the business, who are profiteering, who are making money. At the end of the day, we have alcoholics, we have people who are pregnant, all that kind of thing like that. We need to hold them accountable in terms of the damage that has been happening. We're not saying that they're totally responsible, because the individual is also responsible for how he or she conducts herself. So I think that we need to do those kind of in-depth conversations, and so that we don't make the same mistake over and over. In 1987, 87, I think, I warned that if we didn't do things properly, what we'd have is a massive street, what do you call it in those days, street party, or there used to be a name, we call it, where, I forget the words. That way we'd have a street bacchanal. And finally, I know I can't take the whole morning. We need to also let the rules and the laws prevail in Grenada. I would, if I live to see another year, I would really, really hope that this thing, how we trying to play mass all during the year, those things are seasonal, and we need to really respect that. It's just like we want to have Christmas from September and that kind of thing like that. I'm not a supporter of Christmas, by the way.
All right.
But at the same time, we need to leave things where they are in the season. Thank you.
Thank you also. Appreciate your contribution as always. We do have another caller. Caller live. Good morning. Welcome.
Hi. Good morning, GT. And how are you?
Doing great. How are you this morning?
I'm all right. GT, I wish I could have heard the other artists who boldly state that they not associate with anyhow what happened when Scholar win the crown. Because we have to understand, we have many more artists but sing the song here, never get recognized, but they went in other countries and they win. If the people out there start treating the artists here like how they treat their own this carnival, I wonder how they will take it. I hear Thomas up and say you must respect the judge's decision, and I agree with him. But when I hear he say he have no problem with the judges, but he asking Scholar to give back the winner of the crown, I wonder who he's speaking to. Scholar didn't go and take the crown, you know. The judges give Scholar the crown. And all who boost Scholar there, I wonder if they know what the judges looking for on that night. Come on, Grenada, let us big up we own. We're sorry for people out there, but watch how we treating we own. That man win 11 crowns in this country, and that is a big achievement for his country. Have a good morning, my brother.
Thank you also. Have a great morning yourself, and certainly do appreciate your call. 435-2041. 435-2041. It's an open line edition of To The Point this morning, and certainly let's hear from you. Caller, you are live. Good morning. Welcome.
Greetings, Mr. Telesford, sir. How
Good
are
morning
you?
to you.
I'm happy that you came through the Satan season.
All right.
I want to deviate because to me, it has ended. In other words, referring to the song sung by, what's his name, Wizard some years ago. Now the carnival over. You remember that song?
Yes, I certainly remember that song.
Law, things to do, Mr. You know, Mr. Telesford, when I reflect a bit to go a little faster on the word masquerade, which we celebrate today. Carnival is a part of the Gregorian calendar. And since we moved in 1981 to August, it's become Spice Mass. Mass is short word for masquerade. And masquerade in itself means pretense. Pretense. Hypocritical deceit. A front. A facade. And we live in this state of permanent facade and hypocrisy, Mr. Telesford. And it was worked on us this year. This year was the longest, quote-unquote, Spice Mass season we've had. You recognize that from May, you know. 100 days. And the leadership of the political leadership, coupled with some deceitful lawyers and constitutional groups, dropped one of the greatest, how you would call that, a scam on us. The bill that moved through the houses at the latter part of August and became quote-unquote law. Nobody knows which of the Governor Generals assented to it, but it has been done according to what the that document there says. Anyway, Mr. Telesford, sir, welcome to part 2, which is the counter coup, because what was done upon us there was a job of a coup d'etat. We have to begin now to correct it. We trust that it will be peaceful and with all words and debate, serious debate this time. And I want to start it. But before we do that, Mr. Telesford, I want to give people an opportunity to understand what we're up against. We will prove as we go along that what was done of us was a total obviation of the words and script of the Constitution of Grenada. Yes, it is a Pitlatrine pamphlet of an imperial order which was imposed upon us in 1974. But that's what we have here to work with. I'm not an anarchist, never. So I say, let us do it the correct way. Evidence abounds to prove that what was done there was a total obviation of the words of the Constitution. Say that again. And it was just a design by a group of people to hoodwink Grenadians once more. So the only way we could fight that is to demand what is known to be a referendum. Quickly, I want to give this lesson before we move away, Mr. Jones. Permit me, sir. In sociology and political science, brothers, there are 4 types of referendum. Remember this acronym CARR. Now, you can put it whichever you want. If you want to put RRAC, hallelujah. First, there's a referendum of consultation. In the country, there's a doubt. Some pull in here, some pull in there. You consult the people with a referendum of consultation. The second one is a referendum of abrogation. The smaller word for it is repeal. There is a law that's against the interests of the people, and we want to quote-unquote kill it. We kill it with a referendum of abrogation. The third one, ratification. This happens when, for instance, there is a constitutional amendment that demands a referendum. The people say yes or no, they ratify it. And the final one, a referendum of revocation or recall. That when the people don't do their work as they ought to, and after the midterm we hear about, we file a petition and fire them. The one that we're confronting today is one of abrogation. We have to call for it because this has to be proven that what they did, this law is anti-constitutional, illegitimate, and invalid. As a matter of fact, it has just plunged the country into great concern and apprehension, and it has to be killed. Prepare yourself for it, brothers. We cannot ratify this because it doesn't serve and will never serve the people. We have to kill it. Prepare yourself for it. Prepare your leaders in your areas. Prepare yourself to sign petitions so that it can be demanded of the Electoral Council to set up a referendum to kill this bill. Further information will be given as we go along on this. Should I say to round up, sir? Pardon the overflow, the overrun. I'm asking you, Mr. Telesford, for 1 hour on your radio station and probably your television station, with a member of the CCR, led by Francis Alexis, with a member of the ICCR, led by Dave Ned, and the Attorney General of Grenada. 1 hour. So that I can present to the people some facts to demonstrate that what was done upon us is a farce and the greatest hoax Grenada has ever seen. In preparation for this, Mr. Telesford, I would like to be able to give your technicians a list of things that I would like them to present upon the screen. Components of the Constitution itself, for example, Section 39, Section 111, the 3 schedules of the Constitution. A glossary of certain words and terms which will be used, and the people have to understand to see for themselves, not what I say, is what is written in the book. I entrust to you, Mr. Telesford, in the name of the people of this country, because I know that I can, and not me alone that know it, by the way. But I think I'm sufficiently versatile and articulate to put it to the people that what the boards of the CCR are dropped upon us is a hoax. Kindly give us an opportunity, Mr. Telesford. For what it's worth, do have a nice day. Will you, sir?
Same to you, sir. Have a good one. Hey, folks, that's so we're going to take a break for this segment. We come back with more of your calls on the program. Stay with us. It's To The Point, Classic Radio, GBN TV. We will be right back after the break. Don't touch your dial.
Need to check your bill balance? Use the Grenlec mobile app. Open the Grenlec mobile app and tap the icon labeled Balances at the bottom of the screen. View your bill details, including your current bill balance, the due date by which you must settle your bill, the amount and date of the last payment you made. It's quick, easy, and available 24/7. Convenience at your fingertips.
As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Republic Bank CPL, there'll be some adjustments to our programming lineup. On Thursday the 14th and Friday the 15th of August, transitions will be from 5:05 p.m. GBN TV News will be from 6 p.m. and repeated right after the CPL match. Transitions will be rebroadcast after the GBN News Repeat. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere with sports coverage. As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Republic Bank CPL, there'll be some adjustments to our programming lineup. On Thursday.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Pure Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
GBN's broadcast of CPL 2025 is made possible by Republic Bank, Hubbards, Grenlec, Echo Blue Limited, Demerara Mutual Life, Answer Coatings, and Flow.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, once again to The Point for today, Wednesday, the 13th of August. We have an open line this morning. It was the opportunity to bring your ideas or a thought you have to the fore. Of course, let's hear from you this morning on today's program. We go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Now, I'm asking myself, what is carnival? Once someone could tell me that, especially the Carnival Development Committee, what's the aim of carnival? What are we trying to achieve through carnival? And perhaps where are we going with carnival? Is it for the general development of the people? It is for financial gains, or it is for, let's say, social gains? In other words, is it to develop our, as you would say, not me, your aesthetic development? When we know those things, then we will know where are we going. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, all those who we have subbing on the Carnival Development Committee, or the majority, or a great percentage, I don't know what to say. No, I find maybe we have to change some of them, because that's the only how we could get modern development. It's not whining. And some people, and we use the word, I can't even pronounce the word, aesthetic ability. Does that mean whining? I don't know. It could. And if this is the case, we have achieved our goals. I should think that if we played mass, we should play mass with a special aim of that particular band. And we have to train people to do the aesthetic things our the band want. So we have.
So
people,
let me just ask you one thing, sir. Have you ever participated in carnival, or have any partaken in any aspects of carnival in your lifetime, sir?
Yes, sir. What's the aim of this question? I appreciate.
No, I'm just asking, because you said a lot of things that you would like to see better or so. So I just wanted to know if in your time of participation, if you want to waive the comparison or something of the sort. That's the reason I'm asking the question.
All right. I hope your reason is valid. Thanks, anyhow.
Anyway.
I'm serious,
All right. Have a good morning, sir.
At the same. Thank you very much.
Have a good morning. We do have another caller via WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, good morning. You're live and welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Well, I just want to say that I had the most beautiful carnival sitting on my couch out here in Toronto.
All right.
I enjoyed everything, and I saw so many different flags in the nation. I thought I was watching Caribana. I saw flags from all over the Caribbean, and I think that's very impressive.
All right.
I just have a little suggestion, something I was looking at and I'm wondering, and I said, it would be so nice if we just have traditional mass on the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Juve, traditional mass. Bring in the sailor mass. Have the maypole dancers and have a nice pageantry, and then go into Monday night mass. Trying to incorporate the pretty band again, it becomes too cumbersome now.
All right.
So I just think, and Tuesday, let the pretty mass take over. All that Bamsi, Leave it for
So
Tuesday.
what aspect of Carnival Monday, from Juve to when it leads down to the pageant, what aspect of it you would like to probably drop out, if you want to say that? And
the pretty mass on Monday.
You think that should be left out completely?
Left out completely. Let all the pretty mass stay for Tuesday.
All right.
Have a nice, because I find the traditional mass is really coming up. Lots of kids, lots of little kids. So to encourage it, let's give it a bigger show, a bigger table, to perform.
All right.
So let all the traditional mass come down. Like
But
when I was a kid and
when we are able to have the folks involved in Carnival from the Carnival Spice Mass Corporation and so on the program, those are things, questions you probably could call in and share your opinion on that and see what aspect.
Since last night I keep asking. I want to know who the CEO is. I want to talk to somebody because I out here and I enjoying myself like if I was there.
All right.
And I just find Monday was a little too cumbersome. It was too rush. Let the Juve do their thing. They finish 11 o'clock, give them 2 hours, and then come on with a traditional mass. And then, later on the Monday night mass, leave all that pretty band. Them girls start. They play Juvie. They play pretty mass. They go and play Monday night mass, and they come back again Tuesday. They're tired, man.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. We do have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Hi. Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
I realize you're reviewing Carnival there.
Not 100% of it. It's an open line this morning. So, of course, if the conversation will certainly be based on a lot of the conversation will be on Carnival. That is understandable, but it's an open this morning in terms of the conversation.
Oh, I see. Well, I heard the caller before speak about the traditional bands.
Yes.
I think that we. You there?
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah, I think that in the case of a traditional band, the Ministry of Culture has a lot to get done in trying to put back the traditional bands together. On the other hand, Carnival has evolved, though, and you notice that the market that we market. Yeah, the market that we market, a lot of people come home to play Carnival.
Yes.
Yeah, people come home to play,
What's your take on the overall product that we offer individuals for Carnival here in Grenada in general? What's your take on the product?
Well,
is there? Do you think that there's much more development, much more could be offered, or the development of it even more than what is being offered right now?
Well, yes. In the sense that, okay, you have two crowds that you're attracting, right? You have those people that you actually spend the year marketing to them to tell them come home and play mass, and you have those that you're marketing to tell them come home and watch mass.
Yes.
Right? So if you want people to watch mass, definitely it won't be those that are playing. In other words, those that are playing, enjoying themselves, and the way they are playing is not anything too spectacular.
Okay.
But if you want to create a traditional mass, and people come home to watch a traditional mass, then that's a different story.
Okay. I understand. So anyhow you take it, for the folks who are coming to look at Carnival, the spectators, they would say, they have to be a product that will encourage them, or what has been offered to them is something that would have to be developed in a way that would encourage them to want to come back year after year, because they were so happy in terms of what they saw.
Yeah, but the bulk of the people that coming home, in my opinion, I could be wrong, appears to be coming to play mass.
Okay.
When I say coming home, I mean
so they also need a better product to be offered to them in order to play mass also.
I think it's pretty okay. I mean, I had a look. In fact,
I'm not saying, but it always have to evolve to something even better than what you did the year before.
Well, yes. But I looked at Monday night mass, right? And I noticed that we had one particular truck with some fan sitting at the back. I think they call it a float.
Yes.
Remember, Monday night mass was business mass, business T-shirt.
Yes.
It has gone past that. So things are happening.
All right, man. Thank you.
All right, take care.
Thank you. Appreciate your contribution also. 435-2041. Now, someone is showing a question via WhatsApp. They're saying, they're asking, they're asking that I share this. And they're talking about the foreign DJs on the roads on Carnival Tuesday, especially those killing the music and impacting the road match. They're saying they wanted to stop. I for one will prefer to hear we've been bombarded totally by Grenada's music during Carnival. I am certainly one for that. I have listened to carnivals in other islands, and even though we have a song or two that so-called get that little breakthrough in another island, you don't hear it bombarding the roads of their carnival. I could be wrong. Some folks may say, no, I've heard this song play too, but I think the infusion of our Caribbean music in our carnival should have a level where it stays at. If it's at an event there at 10, it's okay. But on the roads Monday and Tuesday, DJs bombarding the music of their country that they came from on our roads, I think that should be a no-no. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning, welcome.
Well, good morning, GT, and good morning to all the listeners.
Good morning to you.
My point this morning is that we need to stop judging the songs in connection with the calypsos. We need to stop judging the songs that we hear on the radio and listen and watch the presentation that special night, that one night, yeah?
Yes.
So when I heard comment from a seasoned calypsonian that other people had good songs, I said, no, he's missing the point. Yes, a lot of artists had good songs, but we're not saying no. We are judging their performance on the night. Yeah?
I agree.
Yes. And the next thing I want to beg Spice Mass now, Carnival has become a real big business now, but I want to beg Spice Mass to give us ordinary little citizens 2 free shows that media houses can carry. Okay? Mm-hmm. So take out 2 shows from pay-per-view. One of them can be Children's Carnival Frolic.
Yes.
The other one could be Panorama. Give us that free as a gift from Spice Mass to the people of Grenada.
Good suggestion there. Good suggestion.
Yes,
mm-hmm.
Give us that free so that people who can't afford or who can't do. There are a lot of little senior citizens now who played big role in mass bands and so, and they're at home. They're in also homes for the aged and so on, but they still want to see a little carnival.
So true. There used to be an issue back then when the gate passes gets to a certain level, then radio and television was permitted to broadcast the event now.
Right.
You remember that used to happen back then.
Right. So I am begging on behalf of radio and television stations, I am begging SMC to please give us 2 free shows. There's the Panorama and the Children's Carnival Frolic. Those are my suggestions.
Okay.
They could make a lot of other money, more money with the other big shows, because there are a lot of new shows out there too.
All right.
Yes, I would like to take this time to congratulate everybody that placed on top and so and did their best. I only hope that the foreign people would understand our culture here, and they understand it, but they take in liberty now, because when you come from Scholars Show 8 o'clock in the morning, why you should be in the road wearing tongue during the week when it's a work week? You understand?
I understand.
So you dress like that to go to Scholars Show, but have a little short pants or something, so when daytime take you pull up that. But you walking up and down, people didn't know you. You're living in New York. People didn't know you, and they know we don't want that trend to take root here.
But some will counteract you and say we are living in different times, eh?
No,
even though what you said is correct, and we don't.
That is a mistake people must be making. We have to learn to peacefully coexist. The people, like they would say, the young people, they are the leaders, the something of tomorrow. No, we are all here presently, today, and we all need our space and our respect.
All right.
The older folk, the younger one, the middle one, we all need to peacefully coexist. And that's why there are laws, so that everybody will be happy in their own little space, yes? And also in our culture, GT, a lot of grandparents would come out because grandparents had to hold the grandchildren while their parents playing mass.
Yes.
A lot of grandparents will be on the sidewalk and things. So, show a little more respect. But I'm not saying in the actual mass now. I'm talking about the week leading up to Carnival, Monday and Tuesday. We don't want to see you in your tongue 8 o'clock in the morning after you come from. No, we don't want that take root here. Leave the tongue for when you're in a mass band or when you're playing Juvie. Yeah?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm reading a comment from someone who's via the Facebook and they're saying, "Good morning, GT. I just want to say that Grenadians, as Grenadians, we must be careful of what we say and promote, especially as it relates to our history. As a people of our race, we cannot continue believing or accepting that our songs, culture, and of course, more so, Carnival is evil. If we hate someone so badly, we call their name and we paint them as bad. Should that person believe believe what is said about him? How can our children learn history? Remember that the colonialists are the ones who discredited calypso, drumming, steel pan, jab, call it the Dance, or they call it in French, or the of course, as part of our culture, disliked our carnival among others. I'm trying to get a free flow of what has been written here. So why do we still believe that these negative beliefs are about us? People, let's embrace our culture, remove the aspects of that are not us and that are not us and are not good for us and are causing the children to have that distorted view of what our carnival is and the reality of our history. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take it. When we come back from the break, we get into another segment of today's program. We drew for the break. We bit over time already. Let's take that break, and when we come back, we continue with the conversation. Stay with us. To the Point Classic Radio, GBN TV. We'll be right back after the break. Don't touch it up.
As GBN brings you coverage of this year's Republic Bank CPL, there'll be some adjustments to our programming lineup on Thursday the 14th and Friday the 15th of August. Transitions will be from 5:05 p.m. GBN TV News will be from 6 p.m. and repeated right after the CPL match. Transitions will be rebroadcast after the GBN News Repeat. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere with sports coverage.
Stumps ready? The biggest party in sports is back. It's Republic Bank CPL 2025. Bowls off August 14th to September 21st. 34 matches, 6 teams, 6 nations. Your Caribbean cricket frenzy. From big sixes to deadly yorkers, catch every boundary, every wicket, every moment. Live on GBN TV and Classic Radio. This is not just cricket. This is CPL 2025. Don't miss a ball.
GBN's broadcast of CPL 2025 is made possible by Republic Bank, Hubbards, Grenlec, Echo Blue Limited, Demerara Mutual Life, Answer Coatings, and Flow.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to the Point Classic Radio GBN TV. We have an open line edition this morning, and of course, Carnival 2020-25 seems to be dominating our conversation this morning. The lines are now open once again, 435-2041. Let's go to the phone line. Caller, you live. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning, GT.
Good morning to you, sir.
Well, I know it's open line, but that Carnival topic is just so wide. I don't even know where to start. And I think you know who you're talking to, but I'll let you know on WhatsApp.
All right.
I think this year was just too much. And I'm saying that especially, I'll use one point to say what I'm saying. You spoke about it earlier that, we need to give our music, like we can't have music from other countries, blah, blah, blah. But the Trinis brought up a truck. They brought up a truck this year. I think that says it all. You understand? I could go to the artists too. Yes, we the home of jab, but we can't be just doing jab music, because then the music has no longevity after Juve morning, maybe a little bit into Monday. But then Tuesday, people like me, we start to get frustrated. We getting frustrated with the DJs who, they can't even think that, if you play this song too many times, you could pull back up some songs from a few years ago, the popular songs, and play them. You understand? Because we have a lot of music. I mean, yesterday you could even hear somebody play Ola Jamu when a Jamu used to be into soca. Just Trini music, all kind of stuff, Trini bands. I mean, it seems as if, to me, Trinidad Carnival has reached its pinnacle. There's nowhere for it to go. There is no else anything to do. So what you do, you start to infiltrate all the small islands carnival. You come with your bands, you come to take over. You have the marketing skills. The artists are coming. The promoters are bringing in their people. It's just, I heard a caller say it was just too much, and it was too much. I don't know if you feel that way.
I understand where you're coming from, caller. I bear some of the sentiments that you're expressing. I certainly do, and I totally do understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I think we need a reset somehow, whatever that means. I heard a caller talking about, Maypole and this and that. Carnival has evolved. Maypole is something that, of Victoria, If you want to get Maypole down into town, you have to come up with something on how to do that. We will always have Echo, we'd always have Shortney, we'd always have Jab. But we need some kind of reset, because for what I saw yesterday, this carnival called Spice Mass is no longer Spice Mass. This carnival is Trini Carnival. You understand me?
All
and
right.
I'm saying it plainly so. And it's not that I have anything against Trinidadians. I have nothing against how we have the music around the island to encourage each other. I'm sure you know, GT, if you go on international sites, you can't even find soca as a genre or calypso. We have a lot more work to do, but to have Spice Mass become what it has become, right, is to me, as somebody who's been around that space, unacceptable. And I'll say one thing in leaving, because I don't want to argue. We need that anybody entering competition next year, well, two things at once. Anybody entering competition next year and submit their CDs has to sign a contract. And there has to be a clause in that contract that says, if you are the winner, you have to defend your crown, or else you have to give back X percentage of the winner prize.
All right.
And number two, anybody to perform at halftime in any show should be the people who went into competition, who sent in CDs, who spend their money to get on a track, to mix and produce. They didn't make it to final stage, so number 6, 7 who didn't make it to final stage, let them be the ones who are given the halftime performances, so the visitors who would most likely not have been here for the semifinals, which is the biggest shows, that is where those guys go out of the way because they're trying to make it to final. Give those guys who didn't make it, they came just a step below, give them the halftime performance. If you didn't want to enter competition, don't put you on halftime.
Thank you so much, caller, and I appreciate your suggestions. Thank you so much. Let's take another caller via WhatsApp. Good morning, you're live. Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
First, I would like to say I A very big congratulations to Tropical Haven Bible Camp with the kids. They did very well, if anybody was watching. And thank God for Sister Marva and all those who contribute, all of us who contribute to that camp. Very good to bring the kids, during the carnival season when they're pretty young and stuff like that. And the carnival was the biggest this year, really good. Big up to the government and all his crew. Big up to everybody who put together and make this safe. Thank God for that. And the only downfall is too much of bending down and showing your bum when you see the camera. That part is just a big turn off. It got boring. Thank you and have a blessed day.
Same goes out to you. Have a good one yourself. 435-2041. We do have another caller. Let's go to the phone line. We do have another caller via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, good morning, you're live. Guess the caller is not there. Let's try this line. Caller, you're live. Good morning, welcome.
Good morning, GT. How are you today, sir?
Doing great, sir. How are you this morning?
Good. GT, that was a very nice carnival. And it's good to have all the countries coming in and play mass in Grenada. That means the carnival is growing. Don't talk about, the foreigners coming in. Do we need those people to come in? We need the money. You know how much money this government made from carnival this year? And a lot of the places are already booked up for carnival next year because I know people come to me.
I don't think anyone is having a problem with visitors coming to play carnival with us. I don't think that's a problem per se.
Some of them talking like they don't like the visitors because training coming in and all that kind of thing. So, but we need the trainee. And they come with the flag, they represent the country, they show the incoming Grenada. I know how much Grenadians that live here and go and play mass. Go and play mass in St. Lucia and St. Vincent, Jamaica, and so on. Right?
Okay.
So I don't see why. We need those people to come in and we need the carnival get better and better. We can't worry about that. And a lot of the people who come in, the ladies that come in and with the skimpy clothes, a lot of them come in for that because they want to go back with their tan to show people that they've been to the Caribbean and they say, well, I was in Grenada, and making more people want to come. So we need it, and it was a big carnival and a lot of money spent. Lot of money. And the 2 days for the fancy mass, yes, so remember, $1,000 then people paying to come down to Grenada just to pay for carnival, And this fancy mass clothes is little, how it's skimpy, so it's very expensive, right? So I don't see nothing wrong with 2 days, so long as they could play the 2 days, play your 2 days. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. What's up, caller? You're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Hey, GT, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing this morning, sir?
Not too bad. How was your carnival?
Pretty good for me. Pretty good. Didn't have that massive participation, but was pretty good for me.
Did you get to look at the cricket game a little bit too?
No, I didn't. I didn't look at the cricket, but I heard what happened.
Yeah, West Indies did good in truth.
All right, man. All right.
I was really taken because I was asking myself, where was that team all the time? But we did good.
All right, man.
I GT for the carnival. I listened to a couple of the comments, and then we have to be honest here. If we're going to ask foreigners to come and to participate in our carnival, we can't be saying about it's only Trinity taking over. Because remember, the bands they're playing in is not a Trinidadian band. Remember, the bands that they play in are Grenadian bands. The costume they wear is Grenadians and make it. You understand? Even though they might have people from outside helping in the making. And then we also have to realize, I heard somebody talk about the music they play. Because GT, I follow a lot of different media, and St. Lucia, Antigua, and recently at the carnival, and Grenadian music was playing there too, So we have to kind of balance it. We can't just have it one way, because why we and another thing again, when foreigners come, they spend money, So it's also good for the economy. So we have to look at it at that perspective, and we have to stop saying it's devil mass, whatever. Because if we're promoting something and then we have people on the radio and we have foreigners listening about devil mass, nobody want to participate. I even listened to a gentleman who left the United States, came this Sunday, just to play job and going back there. I'm going back the Monday night itself after the job, So we have to encourage people. And also, GT, the last thing I want to say, and to say to my foreigners, in Grenada right now, especially Grenadians, please register while you're there. You have your ID, everything. It didn't take you long to register, so register, because just now we'll be going into the election season.
All right, man.
We have an election to win, so please register. Have a good day, GT.
You too. Have a good one. Thank you so much. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
GT, you're back at you.
And be brief, please. I beg of you.
That caller that's talking about the benefits to the economy and everything, everybody knows that. Nobody is disputing that, right? Yes, our music plays in other carnivals and vice versa. Nobody is disputing that. He's missing the point. Trinidad cannot expand their carnival. It has gotten where it is, so they're infiltrating the islands, right? They're taking over, right? Our costumes for Pretty Mass, whatever, are nothing like they used to be, because they're all based on Trinidad. The caller that talk about Maypole, etc., it's why we don't have Maypole, etc. You understand? We need a reset. We welcome all foreigners here, all. I met people from Jamaica, Trinidad for the first time coming, Trinidad for the many times repeated, Vinci, you name it. I've been in Vinci, I understand this thing. We need a reset. This, what I'm talking about, does not happen in St. Vincent, right? And that's why I said it's a longer conversation, because in St. Vincent, they have final week, and final week is for national events. So this years-long conversation we having about the white shows competing with Panorama does not happen in St. Vincent. You want to do a show, you have weeks leading up to final weeks to do your show. You're not going to compete in final week, because final week is for the culture of what is carnival. And if some of you callers don't know what is carnival, because I think a lot of them don't, carnival for culture is mass, pan, and calypso. You don't even hear the word soca, you don't even hear the word groovy, whatever. And on Juve morning, you have your old mass. We need a reset. So your caller before, if he's still listening, stop talk about the economy. Everybody knows that. Carnival is the biggest revenue earner for the government of Grenada.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Appreciate your call. We do have another caller via the WhatsApp. WhatsApp caller, good morning. Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Good morning to you, TT.
How are you doing this morning, sir?
Not too bad, not too bad. Big thanks to Grenada, my homeland, for the carnival. Once again, big thanks to the people of Grenada for putting it on. And big thanks to the police that policed it. Big thanks to the government head of the trade, right? That make it happen and make it a safe carnival. You could never see so much people in the world, anywhere in the world, and no trouble and go on, right? So, Grenada, hats off to Grenada. Listen to me. Once again, it shows Grenada, shows the beautiful head. I was down there for 3 weeks, so I was driving from Grenville to St. George's every day and every night. You know, they're on holiday. One night, a truck coming down Battle Hill, and it showed me down in the drain. Right? It coming down fast. And it showed me down in the drain. It will go down in the drain. Before I know it, before I turn around, the 2 passengers jump off of the truck and they lift me up from the drain. Thank God nothing happened to me car. So it goes to show, you know what I mean, how Grenadian people are nice.
All right, great.
So
nice to hear
whatever
that.
people want to talk about, you know, we are the best. And I come back in diaspora now and I vex. Because nobody ain't saying good morning to me, nobody ain't saying hello, and I'm fed up now. You know what I mean? I have all that in Grenada.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, man, and all the best. And certainly, I hope we see you next year again.
Lovely. Whatever they want to say, it's lovely, and it's going to come lovelier. And thank God there was no crime. I heard all the station, the radio station, including GBN, talking about keep the violence down from Carnival, and it works. You understand?
All right,
One thing I want to say to Spice Mass. I can't remember the thing what happened in Grenville, the display of the mask, right? Now, Grenadian people on a whole might know about that, but from people from foreign didn't get to know about it. So They need more advertisements because they advertise good, but they don't advertise enough. Because Grenville seems to always take a knock when thing there. And there's foreigners all over the island, and they will come to Grenville and watch, but because they didn't know. I heard about after.
All right.
Take yourself.
Thank you very much. Have a good one. Thank you so much. We do have, of course, and someone is saying via the WhatsApp, now all the people who are criticizing the skimpy costume, this individual is asking, what role do you play in creating locally acceptable costumes? We have another caller. Caller, you're live. Good morning. Welcome.
Good morning, GT.
Good morning to you.
I just should have enjoyed your carnival. I just want to say congratulations to all of those who participated in various activities who made carnival possible. We are eternally grateful. And to the winners, GT, the one that really stood out to me was the Granary Pan. The children, they were so small and they participated and they performed well on the big stage. And when we have people like that participating, it means that the future is bright for Pan. And to the Rainbow City All-Stars, take a bow. You came in second. I know that Mr. Date and the others who have gone and contributed to your development is smiling down on you. And to all those who make it possible, thank you. And GT, let us remember, while we celebrate, those of us who have to turn out to work, production is real. There are people on the farm that are waiting to have their workers show up this morning to harvest crop to sell to the supermarkets, and they didn't show up. This is not good. We ought to do better than that.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hey, folks, it's straight up 10 a.m. this morning. We may be able to maybe accept just one more, and I beg of that caller to be very, very brief, please, as we take a wrap. Caller, you're live. Good morning.
Hey, GT, good morning.
And I beg of you to be very brief, please. You're my final caller. It's already 10 a.m.
My number my thing is CARICOM. So I mean, how long CARICOM together? CARICOM people, discussing together and then can come together yet? And we link in Africa right now. We can't come together in the Caribbean easy as black people, as Caribbean people, but we have a CARICOM meeting with Africa. Well, which one go put you first? CARICOM meeting going on a lot of years now, and why talk about it? Never implement nothing yet. Nothing that discussing CARICOM for the past years implement. And now we going with Africa right now. Blessed day.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, folks, that's how we're going to take a wrap for today's edition of To The Point. I want to thank all who contributed towards today's program. Certainly do appreciate your calls a whole lot. And the best wishes goes out to you for the rest of the day today. Join me again tomorrow. Once the Almighty permits, health, strength, and everything else, I'll certainly be back for another edition. That's why I say goodbye, folks.